Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. So, I was doing some, research, looking around, seeing what's going on with teams and, making some personal predictions just to myself. And I came to the conclusion that the Cleveland Cavaliers are not as good as they once were. Now, obviously, what I'm trying to say is they're not as good as they were last season. Now, don't get me wrong. They're still a great team. They still have Tristan Thompson. They still have Richard Jefferson. They still have Iman Shumpert. They have, obviously, the King. They have Kevin Love. They have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, right? I said Kevin Love twice. But here's the thing. There's no guarantee J.R. Smith is going to re-sign with them because they're not giving him this contract. And it's so ridiculous that even Carmelo Anthony came out and said, you need to re-sign him. He is the reason, well, not the main reason, but he is one of the reasons you guys won the NBA championship because he was defending Stephen Curry, one, and two, he was freaking hitting buckets, J.R. Swish. You know what I mean? So they need to re-sign him. That's pretty much what Carmelo Anthony said, quote unquote, right? That's what he said. And he is 100% right. If it weren't for him guarding Stephen Curry the majority of the games, do you think Stephen Curry would have played better? It's possible. Yeah, it's really possible that Stephen Curry would have played better if J.R. Smith wasn't guarding him for the majority of the time. And that's why he's so freaking valuable, man. And, it's crazy that he's underappreciated, and LeBron even spoke out like, you guys got to get this deal signed. And when you have someone from another team speak out, that means, you're doing some BS right now because, let's be real, man, J.R. Smith is a huge reason why they won. But anyway, let's move on to the main topic. The Cleveland Cavaliers are not as good as they were last year, and they really show it in their back court. Now, their front court is incredible. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, they lost Timofey Mozgov, but they picked up Chris Birdman Anderson. He played with LeBron in Miami, and he played with Carmelo Anthony in Denver. So he's used to playing with NBA superstars. So here's the rotation: Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, and Birdman. And when they want to go small, K-Love and LeBron at the front court. That's easy, right? Their front court is one of the best front courts in the league, up there with the San Antonio Spurs with Pau Gasol and LaMarcus Aldridge. I actually think the Cavaliers have the best rebounding front court in the league because you have Kevin Love averaging 10 rebounds and Tristan Thompson right around, I think it was like 8.9 or close to 9 last season. So you have both of these two players just dominating on the glass, dominating the boards, So that's good, but where they really lack is in their back court. They have Kyrie Irving, Iman Shumpert, and that's it. They don't have J.R. Smith right now. There's no guarantee they're going to re-sign him. And they don't have Matthew Dellavedova. Now, here is why Matthew Dellavedova was so important to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's the thing. He is so crucial on the defensive end. When you have Matthew Dellavedova in the game, J.R. Smith does not have to guard. Or Iman Shumpert, whoever's in the game, does not have to guard Stephen Curry because Dellavedova can, and he's proven he can in the 2015 finals. Obviously, he got dehydrated and things like that, but he's proven that he can, he can keep up with Curry and he can slow him down a little bit. It's hard to slow him down, but he can slow him down a little bit, right? So he's proven that. But when you don't have Matthew Dellavedova, well, let me explain why he's so important. So with him on the floor, J.R. Smith or Iman Shumpert can guard the 2 position and Delly could guard the 1, which means defensively, their defensive matchup and their rotations will be better equipped to combat the Golden State Warriors. Now, without them, what does this mean? This means the Cavaliers are forced to play small ball more. And, small ball can hurt you, but it can also make you. It can make you or break you pretty much. Here's where it can break you. If the Golden State Warriors are, missing a lot of shots, you can get a lot of boards on them, right? You can get boards, you can do what you need to do. But if the, I just fucking lost my train of thought. If the Golden State Warriors are dominating on the boards, you bring in Tristan Thompson, you bring in Kevin Love, right? But if they're not, then you pretty much what I'm trying to say is you're more flexible when you have a better rotation on defense. Now they're less flexible, which means defensively they're not as great as they were last season. And defensively the Cavaliers' defense is one of the main reasons why they won that NBA championship last year. It's not because of their offense. Their offense is obviously elite. It is elite, top 3 in the NBA. Obviously, we have the New York Knicks at number 1 with the best offense because they have the best small forward in the NBA. Obviously, you have the Golden State Warriors at number 3. And then, obviously, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers at number 2. Obviously, I'm just joking. I know a lot of you guys probably dislike the video. Oh, he just said Carmelo's the best small forward in the NBA. I can name 5 small forwards better. Literally, guys, anything I say about Carmelo Anthony, you guys, like, nitpick every single damn thing. I love you guys, but every single damn thing I say about Carmelo Anthony, it gets nitpicked, and it makes me laugh so much sometimes. I literally can sit there and say, Carmelo Anthony has the smoothest jump shot in the NBA. That'll get nitpicked. I can sit there and say Carmelo Anthony is a great scorer. That'll get nitpicked. Someone will say, oh, well, he's not that great of a scorer. He only's averaging 25 for his career. LeBron's averaged 27, and LeBron's not even a dominant scorer. That's what someone would say to me, you know? But it's all good, man. I love to mess with you guys the same way you guys love to mess with me. But I really forgot my train of thought now because I just went off on a tangent like I always do. But yeah, so anyway, the Cavaliers defensively, you know, they're not as good as they were last season. And, you know, pretty much their rotation is going to be shorter and it's not going to be as great. So they really need to re-sign J.R. Smith. And without Delly, you know, that's a big loss. It really is. You know, the pickup of Birdman was good. But again, you know, they still don't have a good backcourt. Well, a flexible backcourt because obviously the backcourt is good. They have freaking Kyrie Irving, so it's obviously a great backcourt, but he needs help, you know. It has to be flexible. You can't just have a one-dimensional backcourt or front court. You know, that's why teams need to be flexible, which is why I have some worries about my New York Knicks right now because I did more research and I realized they really don't have that great of a bench. Now, I'm going to segue into another topic. You know, usually I don't do 2 different topics in one video, but why not? The New York Knicks, you know, I was doing some research again, just doing what I do, studying, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do with the Knicks, and came to the realization that, you know, their bench is not all that great. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's not elite like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors, which makes me worry because if we meet in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Cavaliers are more flexible, and it's crazy because the Cavaliers actually are not as flexible as they were last season, but they still are more flexible than the Knicks. So, if we meet in the playoffs and they're not as flexible as the Cavaliers, I don't know if, you know, Carmelo can do what he needs to do because it's not just LeBron, man. It's Kyrie Irving in his prime, dude. That's why I'm telling you guys, Derrick Rose needs to be not MVP Rose, but all-star level. At least 16 plus points per game. Play. Whoa, I sounded really weird. At least 16. That's what I sound like. At least 16 points per game. Do what he needs to do. Be a pass-first point guard, but be aggressive as well in the beginning of the games, the first 3 quarters, because 4th quarter time, you already know who it's going to. It's going to my man Mellow Yellow. You know what I'm saying? By the way, have you guys ever heard of that Carmelo Anthony soda? It's not really a Carmelo Anthony soda, but it's called Mellow Yellow, and I really used to think it was Carmelo Anthony soda growing up, and then I realized it wasn't, so I stopped drinking it. And yeah, you shouldn't drink soda anyway. But anyway, so I want to talk about another topic. So this is 3 topics in one freaking video for you guys. 3 in 1, which is crazy. But yeah, so here's the thing. When the NBA season starts, this channel is going to go through some epic changes. Now, when I mean epic changes, it's going to be the same exact format, 2 videos a day, doing what we do. Sometimes it's probably going to be 3 or 4. You know, I don't want to spam, but what I want to do, there's probably going to be sometimes 3 or 4, but most of the time 2, okay? I'm not going to be spamming 4 or 5 videos a day. That's crazy. 2 videos a day, right? 2, I like to aim from 10 to 15 minutes, you know, because I like to keep it like a TV show in some sense, but 2 10 to 15 minute videos a day. But here's the thing. When the NBA starts, we're going to be doing like an NBA TV / TNT / what other shows it? The Starters / that kind of show. You know what I mean? It's going to be weird. It's going to be unique, but it's going to be great. I promise you guys that. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a daily show. It's probably going to be around 20 to 25, maybe 30 minutes long. So if you guys are going to school, or if you guys are coming back from school, or you're playing 2K, or you're just chilling, or you're working out, and you want to listen to someone talk about basketball, listen to your man Steve. Because I have some big goals coming this NBA season, man. It's going to be like a freaking podcast, but a TV show at the same time. Now, here's the thing. I still live in this freaking college dorm. My projections are that I can save enough money and move out by summer 2017. So by around May, when college ends. So from now until then, who knows what happens with YouTube. But from now until then, it's going to be the same format with 2K gameplay. I really wish I could use NBA footage, but at this moment in my analytical analysis, whatever you want to call it, NBA commentator career, I cannot use NBA gameplay. My goals are to eventually be able to work some kind of deal with the NBA where they see that my thing is being successful on YouTube and I'm pulling in more views than they are on NBA TV and on their YouTube channel, which is going to be hard, but they don't do podcasts on their YouTube channel. But I'm pulling in more views than their show, The Starters, and then they're going to realize, you know what, look at this guy, look what he's doing, he's killing it right now, he knows what he's talking about, he loves basketball, he has a huge fan base, and they love talking about basketball, it's great positivity, he doesn't curse in every video, he's a great person, things like that. So that's why I try to like portray a certain type of image. Now, don't get me wrong, when I'm not doing these videos, I don't speak so, you know, grammatically correct like I try to in these videos, because sometimes when I speak I sound like a stupid idiot in other words, right? But I don't try to sound, you know, so smart when I'm not talking on YouTube. Obviously no one wants to just walk around sounding like a bimbo. But anyway, so hopefully my goals is I can work out some sort of deal where I can use NBA footage and have like an NBA TV, NBA TNT, or it's called Game Time, by the way, NBA Game Time. I can have a show like that on my YouTube channel, and they can give me footage and I can break down the footage and the gameplays and things like that daily, like they do on NBA Game Time on NBA TV. And then another goal of mine is to have my own TV show. I would freaking love to have my own TV show. That would be epic, man. That would be freaking epic to have my own TV show where I could talk about basketball, break things down, whether it's on NBA TV or ESPN, which I highly doubt ESPN would ever give me a career after I made that. Are you kidding me? Top 100 players, ESPN? Well, Stephen A. Smith always disses ESPN, so I doubt. But anyway, that's my goals on this channel this season. I'm going to be doing this forever. You know, it may not happen this NBA season, it may happen next season, but we're going to keep grinding, and we're never, ever going to stop until the grind stops. In other words, until I die. You know what I'm saying? So, never in my life, bitch, shut the fuck up. Never in my life, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but some lady was walking past my freaking dorm and talking like, shut up. But never in my life, you know, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, man. She just, oh, man. Anyway, guys, there's like some huge freaking bug. Yo, get out of here, dog. There's like some dragonfly thing near my window. Anyway, guys, I love you guys. Oh my gosh, please get away from my window. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's been Steve. Peace.